three seabirds straight off the top that would be in front of a cormorant.
Yep.
Pelican, penguin, gannet. Hello everyone, welcome to The Deep Drop. This is a fishing podcast, and welcome. If you're new, it's great to have you here. My name's Luke McCredden, and this is my good friend Adam Ring. Adam, how are you?
I'm all right. Just all right.
Just all right?
Just all right. Daylight savings is finished.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest.
Well,
Body clock hasn't adjusted yet.
Well, while you sort of ponder your feelings there, I should say, there's a lot of people that have been along this journey for a long time, and we're deep into the 120s now, Ads, and it's a bloody blast, and we're having a good time. We're only just getting started. But there's people jumping on that are new, which is fantastic. But the question arises sometimes, so what is the deep drop and what it's all about?
I'm ready.
I never really know how to answer it when you're not around, so I kind of, do that awkward turn away and just run. But here tonight is an opportunity where I can go, Ads, help me out. What is the Deep Drop all about?
The Deep Drop is a fishing podcast, kinda. and it's a lot like daylight savings.
Oh.
Because when it's on, life feels so much better than it normally does.
Right.
And when it's gone, it's shit. And that's pretty much what the Deep Drop is.
Wow. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. We're the sunshine in your life.
We certainly are. And it shines till 9 p.m. before it fades out slowly into a comfortable bedtime. Oh. And now it's just...
And then it just gets cold and dark and...
Yeah, at 5 o'clock. And I don't know whether it's dinner time or bedtime, and don't know.
Fair enough. Well, that's kind of it. If you're interested in going back through the archives though and finding out what it is all about yourself, please do. Spotify is one of the great places to do so. You can jump on there and just scroll all the way down to start at number 1 if you want, or start at number 43. Add start at number, pick a number. What?
Live a little. Start at 67.
67. Why wouldn't you? And you could do that, like I said, Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. But you can also jump onto the website, the deepdrop.au. All the episodes are on there that you can have a bit of a scroll around and have a look for too. But Adam, as I've done lately when I talk about the website, is I throw to you for another special little mention that you seem to sum up so well. What is it on the website that people can find, please?
Well, it's not your average website because we sell a combo, and not just any combo. Now, you think being a fishing podcast, sort of, we'd sell a rod and reel combo, but we don't.
Oh.
We sell an even better combo.
Way better.
We took the combo game to the next level, and I am, of course, talking about the Deep Drop cap, which you and I are both sporting this evening.
If you listen
Luke,
closely,
so
I'm going to tap it.
I'm tipping my Deep Drop cap to you in recognition of greatness.
Yes.
And I'm also having a sip of a beverage that's in a bright green Deep Drop stubby holder because it is well documented and it's of absolute fact that cannot be disputed.
No.
It makes every drink the best drink you've ever had every time.
I think it's written
and that is the best combo.
That is the greatest combo. So do yourself a favour. I think that's written in the archives in a museum somewhere in London, Adam.
There'll be a scroll somewhere?
Yeah. It was etched into stone at some point.
Yeah.
That at some time in the future there will be a Deep Drop stubby holder that you need to buy. Well, we've one-upped it and comboed it up. And we'll cover the freight. That's what we'll bloody do.
We're just those type of people.
Shit we do. It's the sort of shit
You're
we do.
You're welcome.
The deepdrop.au is the website. Head over there, find the shop, grab yourself a combo and bloody rep that merch like you've never repped merch before.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the socials are a great place to get in touch with us, Ads, and we just hear from you guys out there regularly. Instagram is one of the best places to do it. You can slide on into the DMs and just tell us whatever you're thinking. You can also send us some videos that you might want to see a reaction to, which is always fun.
Blowing up the inbox. You can also just get amongst the posts that are on there. So, there's some highlights from the show, Ads, that you'll see pop up, and whether it's a top 6 or it's just a general sort of bit from the episode of us talking a bit of waffle. Get involved. Tell us what you think of said topic, and you don't have to if you don't want to do it publicly.
like I said, chuck us a message. So that's Instagram. Obviously, TikTok is now up and running, Adam.
We're just everywhere, Luke.
YouTube.
We're everywhere.
The YouTube, the Instagram, and the TikTok. And, of course, the Facebook. But I don't know if anyone cares about Facebook anymore. No offense.
I wouldn't have thought so. To just
Mark
sort
Zuckerberg.
of link on over because it part of the meta
yeah.
web, you know. But did you know, Luke, that the punters out there could actually be a part of the show if they really wanted to? And we've had this happen a couple of times, and I must admit they're a couple of my favourite things that's ever happened in this 127 episode and counting journey of the Deep Drop is when one of you out there, the community, the Deep Drop community, sends us a voice memo. Now, we ask regularly on this podcast questions, lots of questions, some of which we kind of know the answers, some of which we want to throw a different scenario, some of which we want you to tell us what you think, and leaving us a voice memo is definitely the best way to do it. And the greatest thing, Luke, for those that have left us voice memos, all I can say is they definitely understand what the Deep Drop is.
They know the tone. They get
involved.
You guys.
Get involved.
This is the greatest community of all communities. The Deep Drop community, thanks to you guys, are leading the charge. You name a community, Deep Drop's better. You know what I'm saying?
Again, it's on the same stone that the combo is written on. It's just etched into it.
It's etched into stone. It's folklore. So thank you, everyone, for getting in touch and doing that. Exactly what Adam said. But, there's no judgment. So if you've got something to say and you think, it might be a bit controversial, mate, this is the place to do it.
Oh, and if you'd prefer we didn't play it on the pod, please tell us at the end, and we won't. We respect the community.
Yeah, or if you want
all of their opinions,
or if you're happy for it to be played, but you want the voice changer put on it, I can do that.
That'd be good.
We can do that. We can do that.
That's awesome.
All right. Now, something that is regularly spoken about across the social platforms is drink of the week. Adam, my area of the studio still has a faint sort of Guinness smell to it. After a couple of weeks ago, we busted open a can of Guinness, which was recommended off the back of St. Patrick's Day, I think. I think last week, we had a bit of a fruity sort of arrangement going on.
There's a couple of funky beverages last week.
I don't know about you.
We've had the ginger beer.
We've had the ginger beer,
which was pleasant.
Yes, that was good. So all great suggestions. And there's plenty more of those suggestions. I think I'm waiting for the right time and place because some of the suggestions include Jaeger bombs, espresso martinis. There's a few other cocktails and shots.
We'll get to them.
Oh, we'll get to them. Don't worry about that. I don't know about you, but I just kind of needed a bit of a break tonight. So I've gone along the lines of just a simple mid-strength ale tonight. How about you for drink of the week?
Luke, this is why you and I work so well together. I've gone exactly the same thing. I'm tucking into a nice cold can of a nice mid-strength in the bright green stubby holder. Yeah. So I think it was just time for a reset. I'm comfortable. I've enjoyed it. It's been a wild ride the last few weeks. I've really enjoyed it. But it's nice to settle down and just settle into something comfortable.
And we're all for sort of drinks that are a bit out there and wacky and wild. But yeah, it was like we've played 3 quarters without having a break and we just needed a bit of bench time.
That's
we just needed some interchange time.
Catch a breather. We'll get back into the funky drinks. It's this could be an interesting episode when we smash out a Jaeger bomb before we start. But,
I can't wait.
And we'll get there.
During. Yeah. All right. Hey, Adam, straight off the top, I have got a question for you. Now, just, I guess, go with me on it because I don't expect an answer, by the time we get to the main question, but I certainly want to put it out to the community as well. But first up, when you look for a squid jig, what size? What's your sort of go-to size? Everyone's kind of got their main area they fish, so they've got their size jig that they use. What is it for you?
3.
And why?
I don't know, because it wasn't always a size 3. It started at 2.5, and to be honest, I've probably caught more squid along my journey with 2.5 size squid jigs, but for some reason, I just end up putting on a size 3.
Okay,
these
so
days.
So when you think about that and you go, I need a size 3, have you ever thought about what a size 3 is? Why is it a size 3? Why is it 3? What's 3?
Weight. Just a weight and size? But yeah, I don't know. What's 3?
No. Well, this is where I'm going with this, Adam, tonight.
Oh, fucking
what is a squid jig size actually reference?
And as I said, I don't expect an answer, but I expect some sort of unpacking to go on. I, for a long time, thought that referenced the length. Inches.
Nah, because a real little one, 1.8.
Yeah. But
Okay, all right, hang on. Let's rewind. So what sizes have we got? I've seen 1.5, 1.8, 2, 2.2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.5 deep.
Yep.
3.5 shallow, 3 shallow.
Yeah.
That's interesting that it didn't go a point number. It just went straight to shallow and deep. So it can't be a weight thing.
It's not a weight thing. It's not a length thing. What is it? And this is the question I pose tonight to you and to the community. Now, I want to preface this by saying I don't necessarily think it needs to reference anything. As in, it can just be a reference number. Like a ball sinker. A size 1 ball sinker isn't 1 gram, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it would have a grammage though, wouldn't it? Like a universal.
Yeah, but it's the 1, 2, 3, 4 is like a reference guide. So is that where we've landed with a squid jig? Is that just all it is just because we know now that a 3 is about that size? Because across the board, and I've done my homework. I've done my homework on this.
There's got to be a reason. There has to be an origin story of the sizing. There just has to be.
If you look it up, you'll find things like it's the length, but it's not.
But it's not, because it's not universal across all brands. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the sizes, and I've look, case study on just several brands I've got in front of me, right? So I've got 2 jigs in my hand right now, which are a Daiwa jig and a Haramitsu jig, 3.5, same size, same length.
They are the same length?
Same length.
Yep.
I've got 2.5s in Daiwa, Haramitsu, and Shimano.
Yep.
Same length.
Yep.
I've got 3 in a Haramitsu, in a Rui, and a Daiwa, same length. So I feel like there's, which is as in in the.
So it is a length thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not 3 inches.
Yeah, but they are all the same size.
So far, in my case study that I have done.
Okay, so there is so we're working this out here. So logically
jagged
speaking,
me thumb too. Just quite. I shouldn't play with fishing lures on the show. But yes.
All right, so it's got to be something to do with length. If at a universal point, a 2.5, a 3, and a 3.5, as in your case study, amongst different competing brands, are all the same length.
Yeah.
Okay, so it must be a length.
So far. There might be differences. There might be brands out there that have slightly varied lengths and weights. I haven't done the weight exercise on them, but I think that is something that probably varies and differs, because there's versions of hard body, cloth body, different chin weight sizes. So I think that will vary. The length thing seems to be pretty consistent. So I didn't come here tonight expecting to walk away knowing all the answers to everything, but I wanted to table it because I feel like squid is something that is...
I think there's a clue.
Yes.
Haramitsu packaging.
Mm.
Have you got one there?
Yeah, do you want me to get it? Hang on.
Yeah, get it. Because I think there is a little symbol from memory. I haven't seen one in quite a long time. But, Luke, what I want you to do for me, have a look at that packaging.
Yeah.
On the front, the size of the jig is at the bottom, correct?
Correct.
Is there a little symbol on the top right-hand corner of the last, or is it at the bottom? Is there a symbol after the size? I'm trying to... I haven't seen one in so long, but I remember. Okay. What is that symbol? Because it's the only time I can remember seeing a symbol after the size.
This is, and I say this a lot, you are a freak with this stuff, that you just know that off the top of your head. Now, I know that we're an audio pod. Are you talking about this little symbol?
Yes, I am. That little white symbol, so the bottom right after the directly after the size as if it's noting
First of all,
something.
This said symbol we will post on our social pages, but
Yep.
in the meantime,
That could be our
Google
clue.
it. I'm going to Google because you can do Google capture or whatever it's called. Image. Here we go. Ready?
Because I feel as though this could be our little clue, but it's the only squid jig I can remember seeing where it's got that symbol.
This is fucking hard. It doesn't. Okay. Looking for results. Oh, I'm nervous.
Maybe
Here we go.
like
No.
Google Translate?
This image shows the packaging of the Astro Ninja Man DX game for Nintendo Famicom. No.
Pretty sure it doesn't.
Pretty sure it doesn't. Hang on. No.
What about a Google Translate? Can you take a photo?
Okay. I
Translate
don't know.
shit?
Google Translate shit. We should have. So this is anyone new here? This is what we do. Also, there isn't much preparation. This is real time.
No, we're troubleshooting, real time troubleshooting.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Because we
Is that
try and
text?
find answers.
Detect language. Oh, I can't focus on it.
Because it's got to be a little breadcrumb on what it actually means.
Wait. Japanese? Number?
Oh, it actually is Japanese. If it just means size or squid jig.
Translated text. Hang on.
Ultraviolet light emission.
Oh, it means...
Kimura.
no.
Harem.
What?
Enjoy your fishing life. Bay
That one symbol.
22 MS.
Oh, hang on.
Amethyst.
It's reading all of the packaging.
48.
Yep,
Ah.
okay, 48.
3.5.NOR. Number.
Oh, number.
Race.
That's what it says.
Hollow green.
Oh,
Okay,
so
stop.
3.5 number.
Number.
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't really the clue I was looking for.
Imagine we Googled that, translated that, and it said something real fucked up.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
And for all these years, we've never known it. Do you reckon? I love what the Japanese create when it comes to product. But every now and then, do you reckon they just slip something in to go, we'll send this one to Australia because no one will fucking have a clue?
I really hope so.
Well, so
number.
on the Haramitsu jig,
Yep.
the three. So what have I got here? 3.5 is listed as 21 grams.
Yeah, but that'll change
That's-
depending on if it's
Exactly.
a deep or shallow. And everyone's standard weight, I think, varies as well. I definitely think it's related to length,
Should I do another?
but there's no.
What's that mean? There's something.
Or could
else
we
there.
create it?
Could
got a
we
rule?
create it? Now we're talking. Hang on, Oh, look at this. There's some there's a symbol just above. You know the VE22 reference. Just above it, inside the packaging, there's a symbol, and it says.
It provides outstanding operability and
no,
stability.
not that.
Even
This. No, it's not going to fucking play it now. It says Super Dirt Model. That's
Yeah, right.
So anyway, could we create the meaning of squid jig sizes? Yes, we can.
So, all right, this is a job for the community.
Right.
What does the sizing of a squid jig, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.54, and so on, what is it actually referencing?
Yeah. What is the reference of that number?
Yeah.
Because I
That's
think
a great question.
yeah. I feel like I need to ring around a bit more on this one. Maybe I could reach out to some of the manufacturers. I reckon the answer could be similar to ours.
What, don't know?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I have scanned over a few of these packs, like the packaging as well, and there's really.
Because even if you went to the...
That's, by the way, sorry, just to shout out again, the fact that you remembered there's that little symbol next to that size on that jig packaging is
Fishing
far out.
tackle's what I do, Luke.
It is exactly what you do. What does Adam do? Fishing tackle.
Fishing tackle.
Fuck.
Well played. Anyway, continue.
But-
I'm just Google translating while you're
So-
talking because
so-
this is fascinating. This is
So
brilliant.
I feel as though super dirt model means that
Super dirt models.
someone who created said squid jig has decided to be smart and try and put some Japanese symbols on it to make it look like it's ultra Japanese, but has no idea what it means.
Nah, super dirt model, mate.
Yeah.
What do you think of this one? Oh, super dirt model. I've just scanned a side. It says Sumizoku, and then it says the ultimate all rounder that stimulates the eating habits of squid. Beautiful. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, okay,
Pretty-
correct.
what does the top say here?
Well, just my last thought on the
All round compatible. Okay. Standard type.
so my final thoughts on the number.
Sorry, I'll stop.
It's
Sorry.
It's
Yeah.
definitely related to size, but even if you were to go and measure it and say a 2.5 is 3 inches or 3.5 inches, whatever,
Yeah.
I still don't know how they get 2.5 means
Yeah.
X.
No. So just to finish off, the Haramitsu, because we've been talking about Haramitsu tonight, 3.5. If we talk in inches, is about depends where you measure it from. Let's say the top of the squid jig, excluding the nose ring, or do
Yep.
we just do it all, the whole thing?
No, I think it'd
Just-
be
just-
excluding
so
excluding the barbs.
That little ring's sort of
Fuck all anyway.
4 or 5, 4 or 5 mil. So starting at the base where the actual hard body starts, it is about 4.5,
4.5 inch, and that's to
just
the,
under 4.5 inches to the
the
back
end
of the jig, excluding barb.
yeah, nice, yeah.
So full length, full blown length.
So say
We're looking at
4.5
about
so say 4.5.
close to 5.25 inches.
Yeah, but just body. I think that's how.
All right, just body,
4.5.
just under 4.5 inches.
Okay, so say round numbers for the sake of the argument, it's 4.5 inches. That seems consistent over the 3 or 4 different brands that you've got
Yeah.
in front of you at the moment. So, how does a size 3.5 squid jig mean 4.5 inches?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
That
for
makes
reference,
no
just while we're
sense.
on it, and same brand, just for sort of, I suppose, keeping that theme. Haramitsu 2.5, just torn to shreds.
That's
Works.
a good one.
Yeah. 2.5, same measurements as in just the body.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fraction over 3 inches.
So 2.5 means 3 inch. So it doesn't. The scale doesn't even make sense.
No.
Going. Yeah. Okay. That's got me buggered.
Let's go a Rui 3.0 because they are very similar. Well, I think they're about the same size as the other brands
So this should
from
be
what I've seen. Yeah, what should it be if it's a 3,
about
size 3?
So what was the small one? Say 3 inches, and the 3.5 was
About
4.5.
4.5, yeah.
Probably. So what, 3.5 inches or something?
It's just over. It's just
Yeah.
in between
So
3.5
round
and
number,
4 inch.
3.5.
Yeah, yeah. 3. I'm going to say 3.7. Like whatever. Yeah, just over 3.5 inch. Is it? Could it be something about the diameter, like the circumference of it? Nah.
Nah, you wouldn't think so.
Anyway, let's. I mean, we could ponder it all night. I just wanted to put it out there.
It's a
to
great
you.
question because it doesn't have a logical.
No, and if I know
Explanation.
we've just established, and you've just showcased how much of a gear head you are. If I know you, you're gonna. This will keep you up at night. So we're probably gonna.
I might not answer anything, say anything else for the rest of the pod, trying to work out what it is.
I'm a fair chance of getting a text message at like 1:30 a.m. going, Luke, I think I've found something.
Can we record?
Can we
again?
talk? You free for a chat?
Mate, you'll still be awake, Google translating everything that you can find on all your fishing
I'm
tackle.
looking for shit. I'm looking for shit just right here. Going, what have I got? Have I got any other? Oh, here we go.
There's got to be some.
It's got to be Japanese.
There's got to be
isn't
some good stuff.
it? It's so good. So much stuff. Oh, I got to stop. It's so much fun. Can we, on the next batch of merch, get some Japanese on there?
Yes,
on the
we
stubby
can.
holder?
Yep.
And we will purposely put on some fucked up shit.
Correct.
Don't Google Translate around kids, is what we're saying.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Just
all right,
very
well,
quickly, I
yeah.
just thought of something before we move on. It's actually not about squid jigs. It's a very quick public service announcement
Yeah.
to the Deep Drop community. I put in a few Ks in the car today.
Right.
May have added some new tunes to the Deep Drop playlist.
Did you?
On Spotify.
Spotty. Okay, so the Deep Drop Fishing Tunes playlist on Spotify is what you can go and find. We haven't mentioned it for a while. It's a great call out, actually.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slow podcast day.
Yeah.
And I thought, I might bang on the Deep Drop Fishing Tunes.
Because you know it's always good. Like there's no...
But you know what it did? You know on Spotify how it's got that, you hit shuffle, and then if you hit it again, it's like a suggested...
What does that do?
Shuffle. Well, it takes the whole playlist and goes, okay, this is what you kind of like. I'll just throw in some random suggested songs that I think you'll like.
AI,
and
mate. That's
it
fucking
threw
AI.
out some bangers.
Did it? That's good because there's always a risk it throws out some shit.
It does throw out some shit, but it also throws out some bangers. And
Okay.
so I added a few tunes. It did prompt me to go into these artists and add a couple of the absolute bangers, and I haven't finished.
Can you give us just one or two samples of what you've thrown in there today?
I added a couple of Pantera songs.
Ooh. I don't think there was any Pantera in there.
There
before.
wasn't. So there was two that I chose. One, and I won't mention them. You need to go on and have a look.
Yeah, nice.
So one real high energy, just if you're feeling down, this will come on and all of a sudden you'll just want to break shit and get amongst it.
Or if you're on your way out to the shelf, that's the tune probably.
Yep. And the other Pantera, so I added two Pantera songs, and the other one is just, if you don't play guitar, you'll want to.
All right. Okay, good. All right, we'll check it out. The Deep Drop Fishing Tunes playlist on Spotify. It's all you need.
Yep.
There. That's what I've said.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
And there'll be more tunes coming. I'm going to add some Linkin Park, like
Yeah,
some
good.
old school Linkin Park for some groove tunes. There was a couple of Rage songs that weren't on there that I'll be adding.
You get the whole Rage back catalogue could go on there, but we're conscious not to
some
flood
Drowning
it.
Pool.
Yeah. We're conscious not to flood it. Like we could fill it with Limp Bizkit Significant Other from front to back.
Yeah, that's right. But no, and we try and space it.
We've got it
a bit, but
yeah.
There'll be some.
Someone mentioned the other day, actually. Speaking of this, it was a couple of weeks ago. There's an obvious lack of Metallica, and whether we had an issue with Metallica.
No, not at all. It actually falls into the same category as Limp Bizkit. We could just add every song from every album, except for Saint Anger. What? And so,
fuck. What happened there?
You know what?
Everyone shits the bed. You know what I'm saying?
I feel as though it was to fulfill a contract. You know, they needed to punch out one more album. It's a shit album, and they just couldn't be bothered.
You know, it's a shit album when they come out to tour it and don't play like two songs off it.
Yeah,
it's like they've even given up on it on the promotional tour. Oh, fucking hell!
So. But that's the only reason. And you know what? There will be some more Metallica added.
100%.
Because as we listen and, we'll come across a Metallica tune and just go, yes.
I'll tell you what.
Add it.
I'll tell you what. Community, the first 3 Metallica songs that we get suggested through Instagram messages will be added.
Going on the playlist. So get in quick. If you want a Metallica song on there, flick us a message. The first 3. Name one that comes to your mind now. Go.
Me?
Yep.
Fuel.
Nice. Is that already on there?
Probably. I just got nervous. Sorry. You should never do that to me. Fade to Black. Fade to Black's not on there.
Good one.
So, first 3, we're
what a
putting them
tune.
on, and we won't even argue. We will argue. If you give us a Sananga song, it's not going on there.
It's not going on there.
All right. Ads, before we move on, I know you've got some stuff you want to talk about. I did have a memo here from management. Now, a notable absence tonight, which I know you're okay with. Yeah, you're very okay with. But said, it's literally a post-it note. It was on my desk when I got here. It said, please play this. I've been working hard. It's an audio file. So I'm like,
fuck. Have you listened to it yet?
No, I haven't had a chance. Please play this. I've been working hard. So I know he's been out and about doing stuff out of the studio, so I don't know what this could be.
Which is also a worry.
So it is a worry. So let's get it done so then we can move on. Okay? You okay with it?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're comfortable with anything.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay,
No,
here we go. Here we go. Righto, here I am down in South Melbourne. I doing a bit of street talk for the deep drop. And, hit up some of the locals in this while the market's on. Just mingle around and see what people think. So, I'm gonna find some people. Here we go. Excuse me,
Can
sir.
I just like some of the pistachios, please?
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, yes, hello.
I'm from the Deep Drop podcast.
The what, sorry?
The Deep Drop podcast. It's a fishing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right. Well, that didn't fucking turn out too well. All right, what about this bloke over here? Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah, how are you? I'm from the Deep Drop podcast.
What's that all about?
Well, it's a fishing podcast.
Who hosts that one?
Hosted by Luke McCredden.
Is there another host?
And no, there is another guy.
Well, who is it? And is it
Anyway,
a fishing
and they talk-
podcast?
Yeah, fishing podcast.
I don't really like fishing.
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Well, maybe you could check it out.
No, I probably won't.
Right. Okay.
See ya.
Fuck me. There's got to be someone around here who knows about the Deep Drop podcast that I could talk to. I don't know. What about this bloke over here?
Don't dare speak to me like that. Oh, hang on. I've got to go.
Excuse me, mate. How you going?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Listen, I'm just wondering whether you listen to podcasts at all.
Yes, I do. I basically started the podcast revolution for my friendship group.
Right, so you might have heard about the Deep Drop podcast.
I've basically heard of every podcast, but no, I haven't. What's it about?
It's a fishing podcast.
Stop. No, absolutely no way. No way.
Oh,
Hurts the
yeah,
fish.
right.
Cruelty to animals.
No, well, it's a bit of fun,
Whoever
mate.
does this is,
Yeah.
is an animal. It's a beast. It's
Okay,
disgusting.
well, fuck this. I'm out of here. Righto, I'll try again another time.
Well, he's taking it to the street ads. Oh, it's unbelievable.
It sounds like he. No, I won't say that.
No.
Never mind.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't mind the effort. I don't mind him getting out and about and having a bit of a crack. I don't know.
Listen, the concept isn't bad.
Yeah.
Listen, probably would have picked some sort of boat ramp.
I was
where
going to
there
say
a
South
fisher.
Melbourne Market's
South Melbourne
probably
Market.
not it. Yeah.
Sounds like all he was doing was hunting art students by the sound of what was going on. So that was you can't really pick the demographic of people that would be interested in the deep drop.
So feedback would be hit up, a coastal area for starters, and potentially a fishing, boat ramp or something fishy like that. Yeah, a fair call. All right. Well,
I won't even say it's a solid start, but
he's certainly
it's a false start. It's a false start.
He did. It's a false start. He did say he's going to be bringing. He's turned over a new leaf. He's going to be bringing some stuff to the table. So he has.
Listen, hey, I can't believe I'm going to say it. I think we could work with that.
Okay. There could be something in
Don't
there.
tell
All
him
right.
I said that.
No, he won't be listening.
No.
All right. Well, there you go. What do you got for us, Ads? Take us away.
I'm still trying to work out what the fuck just happened with bloody street talk or whatever the hell was going on in South Melbourne Market. Anyway.
Yeah. Good
Look,
feed,
I've
though.
got to
South
I've
Melbourne
got to,
dimmies.
Yeah.
Sure, he had a crack.
Had about 67 of them.
Yeah.
I need answers on something, Luke, because I've heard way too much of it. I actually need you to put it to bed for me because it's a wild theory on what's been going on with one of our beloved fisheries over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, for those that may or may not know, she's been a pretty tough season on the trout.
Yeah. Sorry,
And,
I just,
yeah. And listen, a tough season on the trout particularly sucks when you sell trout lures for a living. So-
mate. I know. I was going to say, it's been shit, and
yeah, it has.
for someone that works for a company that really, from a hard body lure perspective, just owns it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys, like Rapala, as Lee Rayner once said, going trout fishing without a Rapala lure is like going to a barbecue without sausages. And
Correct.
It's pretty fucking spot on.
And there just hasn't been many barbecues this season, Luke, because the trout fishing's been pretty poor. But that's not the question. The question I need you to answer for me. How much weight do we put into this cormorants eating all the trout story? I've heard it far and wide. I've seen it spoken about by YouTubers online. I have heard it firsthand from the shops that are literally on ground zero where their business actually depends to a large part on trout fishing. There's been this mass migration of cormorant. It's the first time I've ever heard of it. It's not the first time it's happened, but apparently it's got something to do with when Lake Eyre fills, the cormorants up stick and end up here.
Yeah. And I think in the build up to that, and I'll preface all of this by saying I'm in no way, shape or form an expert on this, but I've had the ear to the ground a bit, Ads, because as you know, from a business point of view, outside of the deep drop, this affects us and like collectively, you and I, and in some way, shape or form. And I've spoken to people far and wide, as you have on the road too. So there's certainly that is part of what I'm hearing as a reason. But I think it all gels and molds into one thing, and it's kind of, you know, the cormorant issue is part of that. Like, and I think it's the wet, like the lack of rain, the hot summer. The river's running low, you know, whether it's cormorants or eagles or fishermen, like really being able to have easier access to get these trout, so to speak. I don't know if that's the sole reason. I certainly accept that it's a reason, and it is something that is not, I wouldn't say it's hurting the fishery. I just don't think I just think the fishery itself from an angler point of view has been really tough. For varying reasons as well. But if that's a reason that there's less trout around, I think there's still plenty of trout around. It's just, you know, not ideal situation to go or environment to go and fish for them. Bill Klassen is one guy who is really across this stuff. And he was mentioning something along the lines of the cormorant thing and the lake and whatever else. So it's, yes, they upstick and come out here, but I think before that is a big, what do they call it in bird language? A big hatch, a big breeding season or something that actually generates more cormorants than normal. And he referenced to something similar thing happening. I don't know. I can't remember what he said. 15 years ago or more or something like that. And then, you know, but then you speak to others too. Like you speak to people that have been around the traps for a while too, and they know that if we cop a decent rain, we'll have a solid trout fishery again for the next 5 years. So it's just kind of I would say seasonal thing, but it's just a wave. It's just I don't know. But the cormorant thing, to your question directly, I buy into it. Whether or not it's a full-blown reason that we can just flat out blame cormorants for a shit trout season is probably a bit extreme, but it's almost a bit of a buzz excuse at the moment, isn't it? Or a buzz reasoning.
Yeah, I'll say reason. And the only reason I don't buy into it maybe as much as what I should, because I've never heard of it. That's not to say it didn't happen. There's clearly been, and you know, by people I trust and believe, there's more cormorants than there ever has been. But I sort of see it and think of it to a similar way as when there was commercial netting happening in Port Phillip Bay, right? So you would get these. It had happened like clockwork. You'd get a report of a few King George whiting get caught down on the Mornington Peninsula. And there'd be a local fisher down there, and he was doing absolutely nothing illegal. But he would hear of a few reports, and then as soon as it got dark, he'd go and run the net and get a few whiting, and then there was no whiting around for the next however long it takes to recover. I put it in that same category in this regard.
Are you saying that the cormorants are reading fishing articles and finding out where the fish are biting?
Fishing reports, yeah.
Fishing reports. It's
100%.
Cormorant Facebook.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But I think of it in the same way as it sounds like when you hear it reported like that netter was netting every single whiting on the Mornington Peninsula.
Yeah.
Then in the case of the cormorants, they're eating every single trout that seems to inhabit the rivers all around the state. When in actual fact, they're probably just scattering those fish and making them real cautious and real shitty. To what factor, I don't know. If you had to put some hard-earned cash on what affected this trout season more, cormorants or hot, dry summer?
Oh, hot, dry summer. But that's what I was getting at. So hot, dry summer, I think there's a factor there that is directly linked to a cormorant influx of certain shallow rivers. I think there's factors there that are linked to, I don't know, some rivers going so low and no flow that the water quality gets shit and some trout go belly up. I don't know. I think it's all blends into one. That's what I was kind of getting at. So, but I think ultimately it's all kind of generated from a hot fucking dry summer with lack of rain.
It's another thing that struck me today. I drove over the Bonnie Doon Bridge and around Eildon that way today. So I think I probably should have checked this before we started recording.
But that wouldn't be in deep drop fashion.
No, it wouldn't. So. I think Eildon is sitting somewhere at about 75%-ish, maybe.
Okay. I love that. That's a stat.
Someone
fact check us.
Write that down. To give you an idea on how much water that is, I drove through or past some parts of Eildon that were absolutely bone dry. And I haven't seen them bone dry for years.
Yeah.
And I thought, shit, Lake Eildon's back at nothing. It's still at like 75%.
Yeah.
I might Google. No, I won't Google that.
But it's, do you want me to Google Translate that? Is that
it just flashes up bullshit on your screen.
Yeah.
It's actually at 3%, but whatever. No, it's I don't know. It's weird. Fact of the matter is, I think long, hot, dry summer. Actually, I'm going to put it out to the community. There is a lot of anglers in the deep drop community that enjoy a trout fish. Now, whether that's camping for the long weekends that we've already had this year, maybe going that way for Easter, because Easter now turns into a mini Christmas with a shit stack of days off. So
might as well just have April off.
May as well.
Yeah. No, you're right. We've got a big part of our community is what I would call inland. So we have people regularly we hear from people from Shepparton to Bendigo to Horsham. Appreciate the shout outs from Horsham, by the way, on the cheap Mars bars. That's a great call.
It's a public service announcement. That's what we do here at Deep Drop. Well done.
So you guys tell us. The community should get involved here because
have you seen an unusual amount of cormorants? Not a cormorant, because I saw one at Paddo the other week. Actually, I saw 3, and I thought, fuck, no wonder I can't catch anything. The cormorants are eating everything.
Is this the situation where there's a real outlying winner here in this whole situation? The cormorant. The cormorant has never had this sort of media exposure in their life.
I know. And you know what?
They're sitting back now going, how good's this? All we've done is stirred up a couple of trout rivers. People can't catch them at the moment, so they're looking for something to blame. They've pointed the finger at us. We're getting a bit of limelight. Usually, we're a shit bird. Like, really, no one cares about us at all.
No.
We don't, no features on us that look cool, really. We're just long, slender, sort of black and brown things. Yeah, cool.
I've got a theory on why they migrated here.
But I think they're loving the limelight.
It's a safe haven because you're not allowed to shoot them here.
Why, are you allowed to shoot them out west?
I don't know. No, he's in Victoria.
I'm just like, what are we saying?
Don't know, but you're not allowed to shoot them. So I've been told.
Cormorants. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think they're sitting back loving this exposure.
Do you reckon they're a willing villain? Do you think they're sulking and bitter that maybe a whole group of people has turned on them in such a harsh manner? No. Or do you think they're really reveling in the fact that they've created chaos?
Well, I think they're just reveling in the popularity, the exposure, Adam.
Oh, so
the attention.
Any attention's good attention type.
Well,
deal?
it is when you're a cormorant, mate. Because, geez, were you with me that day at Lake Tyers? I feel like you were, where we watched that cormorant get chased by that eagle.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was a beautiful sight. Cormorant got away from memory, dove under the water, and that was it.
Cheated. Wasn't a fair fight.
There you go. So now it's like so straight away we've gone cormorants are pussies. And
I'm sorry, I'm just remembering that trip. That was a belter.
We might have to unpack that trip one day.
It was a belter.
Might be a R-rated. It was fine.
No, it wasn't really R-rated.
No, it was fine. It was just funny. So look, I think the cormorants are enjoying the attention, mate, and good on them because it won't last long.
I was going to say they can fuck off now and give us the back end when it rains a little bit.
Yeah.
No, fair.
So anyway, yeah, please,
Is the
community,
cormorant
reach
thing
out.
legit? Is
Yeah.
the cormorant thing legit? That's the
Perfect.
question.
Perfect.
That's what will go up on the socials. Let us know. Give us your input.
Perfect.
Tell us what you think of. Tell us, how do you rate a cormorant? Like, what's your? Yeah, maybe we could do a top 6 seabirds at some. Cormorant, it'd be lucky to be in it, to be honest.
Oh, it might not make the top 65.
I can name 3 seabirds straight off the top that would be in front of a cormorant: pelican, penguin, gannet. Steven Seagal. No, they're not on the fucking list. They're a
Albatross?
shit bird. Albatross is in
Penguin?
there. Yeah,
Does that
penguin.
count?
Pelican, penguin, albatross, gannet, tern.
Tern, yep.
Maybe. And then is it
Duck.
cormorant or seagull?
That's right.
It's a swan.
That's
All
right.
There you go. That's the quickest top 6 we've ever done.
Sorted.
But it probably does lead into top 6 ads. I think we're there.
Hit
I
the
think
tune.
It is
Hit
time.
the tune.
Oh, fuck. I'm not ready for the tune. Are we ready?
tune.
Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready. Are we ready?
Hit it. The deep drop.
Top 6. That's a big statement right there. It is a big statement, Adam, because it is time for the deep drop top 6. And tonight, well, before we get into tonight, there was a lot of controversy on the toasties. Do we need to address that?
I
Real
think
quick?
we need to quickly. Yeah, I think we need to quickly address it.
the outrage and uproar about the fact that ham wasn't featured at all
listen,
in any of the top 6 toasties last week.
I can't help but that I'd prefer a ham, cheese, and tomato toasty with no ham. It's I'll eat. I don't not like ham. I just prefer my toasty.
No, you don't
without
have to
it.
justify yourself.
No, I feel
This
as
is
though I
just
do.
No, you do actually. It's fucking ridiculous. I got told by a person in the street that a banana and chocolate toasty, you make me sick. I just went, oh, okay.
Okay.
But again, like there was some. We got a message on the Deep Drop Instagram the other day, Adam, about. I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a shop around here where I am, and they do like a Hawaiian pizza toasty.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I bet you that
Hawaiian
has ham on
toasty.
it.
Yeah, there's ham on it, mate. Don't worry.
So,
So
what are we
I'm
talking?
gonna-
Ham, cheese, pineapple? That'd be quite
Ham cheese
pleasant.
pineapple. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Pleasant. That's not the word that comes to mind with a toasty. All right, but it's the top 6 tonight, and as we've gone a bit, we're saying goodbye to summer,
Yep.
even though it ended a little bit ago. We're saying goodbye to summer with a summer treat tonight. It's the top 6 ice creams. Now let's just lay it out on the line.
Nice.
We're not talking about
there was
ice cream.
there was a little bit of confusion. There was a little bit of confusion.
So let's get on the straight and narrow here. This isn't ice cream flavors in a tub. This isn't an ice cream flavor that you get on a cone from a shop. We're talking store bought on a stick in a packet ice creams.
Nice. Not icy
And
poles.
Correct, not icy poles.
I think we need to put that on the list for a future top 6. Icy poles.
It's on my list. It's literally on my list.
Beautiful.
Because I really want to talk about Sunny Boys.
Yeah, same. Was on my original list before I got the full brief.
Is it actually
100% Cola Sunny Boy.
cola? Okay, that's a discussion for another time. So, do we toss a coin? Who wants to go first here? I don't know if we've done it in a particular order.
I'll hand it over to you. Take the lead, because this is not in any specific order, and I think we need to remind the community about this. It's not in any specific order. It's just a top 6 in whatever order you would like to put it in.
Normally, I would agree with you, Adam, but tonight there is a clear number 1.
I agree. And it's going to be very interesting to see if we have the same, because I think it's number 1 and then the rest.
Fuck, because I don't know if we're going to align on this. We've
there's
never
a chance
spoken
we
about
might.
it.
Nah, there's a chance we might. I feel pretty good about it.
All right.
So I want you to kick us off. Are you going to
All right.
lead? Are you going to lead with that, or are you going to?
Yeah. This is lead. This has got to be put on the table straight off the bat.
Okay.
Number
awesome.
1. All right. So we're doing it. Number 1, Bubble O Bill.
It's on my list, but it's not
not
what I had as number 1. But it's on my list, and there is a very specific reason why it's on my list. But I'd love to hear why it's on your list.
Oh, it's visceral, lads. It takes me back. It's an ice cream that we enjoyed over the years since I was a youngster. I will say there is a little asterisk on it because they changed the mix-up. They changed the ratios of the colours in the Bubble O Bill. I'm certain they've changed the bubble gum quality over the years. It was never great. Usually spat it out after 30 seconds of chewing on it, and I feel like the hole in the hat's not there anymore.
It's a
And
big
that's a
detail
problem.
missing.
It's a problem, but hey, it's always going to be my number 1, whether it's throwback or current day.
I agree
so
that it's
good.
on the list, but I feel as though it's on the list not for the reason that every other ice cream is on our list. It's the one we all convince ourselves we really like, but let's face it, the ice cream flavour's shit. There's no differentiation in flavour between the colours. The hole in the hat's missing. The bubble gum's hard as a fucking rock, and within 3 chews, it's got no flavour anymore, and you just need to spit it out. But, having said all of that,
it's so
still
good.
on my list.
Yeah.
And, not going to lie, I've had one fairly recently.
Have you?
Yep.
Wow. Where was
just,
that?
Just to dabble, just from the local milk bar.
Well done.
One of my girls loves just a good old school walk down to the milk bar, have a look through all the useless crap. I grabbed myself a Bubble O Bill.
And I don't want to deviate from top 6 because we're in an important segment of the show right now, but milk bars is something we need to discuss.
Yep. Sad times where I live. The only milk bar in the area is up for sale. And
I
it's
couldn't even tell you where there was a milk bar.
Yeah, we've got an old school one here, but not for much longer. But anyway.
All right, well, let's put that on the list to talk about at some stage.
All right, so Bubble O Bill, I'm going to cross that off.
Yep. All right, what do you got?
Okay. I'm going to go with my no-brainer number 1, which for this list will be number 2. The Golden Gay Time.
Yeah, well played. Yeah.
It's withstood the test of time, Luke. It was good then, it's still good now, and through all of the twists and turns that society has taken us through over the last 5 years, somehow hasn't been cancelled. It's still a Golden Gay Time. It'll always be a Golden Gay Time, and I bloody well enjoy it.
That's so good. It's a good ice cream. I had one of those recently too.
So good.
Oh, that's a solid one. Okay. And we're going to have to do a couple of honourable mentions at the end, if that's all right.
Yeah, we are, definitely.
Number 3, Rainbow Paddle Pop.
Ooh, Rainbow.
Rainbow Paddle Pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to tell me the other flavours are better.
I had a paddle pop on my list. It wasn't Rainbow.
Well, it's wrong.
Noted. I'll cross it
What
off.
flavour? Choc.
Banana.
Banana. Bananas are sometimes paddle pop. A rainbow's an all the time paddle pop. Like that should have been the ad. That should have been the tagline.
I'll actually pay that. And
Yeah.
I think that should be submitted to Streets or Peters or whoever the fuck.
Yeah. Who is Peter? He's doing all right.
Don't know, but he smashed a rainbow paddle pop. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. That's
Okay.
good.
I appreciate you for, that you've sort of, being able to adjust on the fly. Thanks, mate.
Number 4. The Maxi-Bon.
Oh.
But
It was,
I haven't said the flavour.
what do you mean? I thought there only was one flavour.
Oh boy, are you wrong. I'm a honeycomb Maxi-Bon type of guy.
Okay.
Don't hate the original, the OG.
Oh, look, I've just discovered that I don't know enough about Maxi Bonds because I just thought it was that was one thing.
Oh mate, there's heaps. There's heaps.
Yeah, it was kind of going to be an honourable mention. I think it's because I mentioned off the top these were ice creams on a stick. Well, this is the exception.
It's in a packet. I rolled with that.
No, that's fine.
Because my
totally
next
fine.
one's also not on a stick.
Okay, Maxi Bond number 4. Number 5, drumstick.
Flavour me.
Oh,
You're not
look,
going to
I
say
don't-
vanilla, are you?
No. Look, I think it's a tough one, and I did think about this because I thought I should nominate a flavour.
Mm-hmm.
Over the journey ads, how many flavours have there been? Do you know what I'm saying?
But talk me through the memorable ones. I've got a couple.
Peppermint
That's my number one.
or mint
Yep.
or mint or whatever.
Mint
whatever
choc
it is.
chip.
Mint,
Yeah, that's
mint
my
choc
number
chip.
one.
Mint
Yep.
choc. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind.
Yep.
There's been variations where they've infused some, like, what do you call it? You know,
Shit.
some shit in it, which I've liked some of that. Others I haven't. I like a raspberry or a strawberry or whatever the flavour is called.
Mate, you've nailed it. Boysenberry. That's the one.
Boysenberry,
They're the two.
thank you.
Boysenberry and mint
Yeah.
choc chip. They're the two. So
I'm not good with remembering flavours, but yes, mint choc chip. It's probably a bit of daylight after that, but yeah, the boysenberry was always a winner. So drumstick. All right, so round us out with number 6 because I am curious here.
well, so am I because everything I had on my list has been said. hang on.
Was that going to be your other one that
Yeah.
wasn't on a stick? Sorry,
Yeah, the mint drop.
Yeah.
No. It's good. I'm trying to. I'm doing a quick mental calculation. Oh no, I've got one.
There's a clear
I've got
omission. There's a clear omission.
Yeah, no, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got. All right, I'm in.
Hit us.
Number 6, the Magnum.
Thank you.
Now, there's a couple. There's asterisk because I will say the original OG vanilla Magnum is an all-time classic and it's never
Yeah.
a bad choice. But there's a couple of iterations that need quick shout-outs.
Yeah.
The almond Magnum, banger.
Yeah. Okay.
Magnum Ego, ice
Oh,
cream
that-
chocolate, caramel chocolate.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yep.
But happy with Magnum being on the list.
There's also a very particular way that you need to eat a Magnum, isn't there? And that's not what people think.
What, just not taking bites, just
No.
deep throat? Oh, that's not what you meant?
That's not what I meant.
Oh, I edit that out.
But we've all had a crack. I think it's the nibbling of the outer shell before you hoe into the ice cream.
Oh, so you're a yeah, okay. Don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, you do it carefully, and every now and then a big bit flakes off and lands
Yes.
on your t-shirt, and it's fuck. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's a Magnum. It's worth it.
And it melts before you get a chance to pick it off.
Remember when you were a kid and you didn't get Magnums because they were so expensive?
Expensive, yep.
They were the
Still
high
are.
roller. They were a high roller
premium.
fucking ice cream.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, love it. So, all right. So we'll get into a couple of honourable mentions. I think just to recap: number 1, Bubble O Bill; number 2, Golden Gay Time; number 3, Rainbow Paddle Pop; number 4, Maxi Bon; number 5, Drumstick, with a particular reference to mint choc chip.
Yep.
And number 6, Magnum. That's it's
a quality top 6.
I wouldn't be disappointed with any of those.
No.
I wanted to shout out what I would say is a more recent range addition to the milk bars of the world. Oh, when I
Okay.
say that, it's been around for a bit, but it's not as old school as, Magnums and whatever. You know the Connoisseur brand?
There was
And they do the tubs as well, but they've got them on sticks and they're good.
It was like a Magnum competitor.
It was
But they've got some good flavours.
It's the Stella Saltiga
Correct.
situation. Yeah.
Correct. It's exactly what it is.
But I always love the Shimano Sienna, the Bubble O Bill.
You get no arguments with the Bubble O Bill.
No,
Do you know,
I don't think so.
another little shout out that's just come to me? Do you remember the Dixie cups
Yes, with that wooden stick.
with the wooden arrangement?
Now, is that is that not allowed to be called a Dixie cup anymore as well, or is that a?
No idea. If we're still rocking a Golden Gay Time, then nothing's off the table.
All right. There was an ice cream back in the day, and I remember it because it was a favourite of ours. And when I say ours, my family, when I was a kid, they were called Choc Wedge.
Yes. Do you know
Don't
how I know
exist
about
anymore.
this? No. Well, I know very well
There's
because
variations, but
both my grandfather and my dad worked for Peter's Ice Cream.
really, let's get your dad on for a chat.
Yes, he'll remember some crackers, but yes, the Choc Wedge.
Oh.
How is that not still around?
What a time!
I think realistically, the choc wedge was a very simple ice cream situation, but for some reason it was so. I think it was the grooves in the choc shell. You know what I mean? It had the. Oh, I could go a choc wedge right now, Adam.
And you'd smash one out in summer, and the insides would start oozing like outside of the choc bit.
Yes, and that's okay by me.
Yeah. Oh, the choc wedge. That's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
What's a cornetto? That's a drumstick, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
The rival.
Stella / Exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Stratic
The drumstick
sorta,
cornetto.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Look, I think that's a solid top 6, and if anyone's just heard that and hasn't instantly craved one of these, then there's something wrong. Because Jesus, right now, what would you go if there was those 6 were laid out in front of you? What would you pick up? You could only pick up one.
Probably a choc chip drumstick. I know there was a clear number 1 for me, and I stand by it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But there's something about that mint choc chip drumstick that,
You know what?
if I'm not sure what I feel like, it's just 2 of them.
2 off. You sold me. I think that's what I'm going as well. Is that one each, or is that 2 for you and one for me?
One each.
Sure. Oh, that's brilliant. All right. Well,
community, what have we forgotten?
yeah. Community, let us know. What have we forgotten?
And I'm sure they'll let us know.
Let's get nostalgic. Even if it's not available, like the choc wedge anymore,
Some random shout outs. Love it.
give it to us. And tell us what you think of our 6 as well. But by all means, if you've got one that we've missed, let us know. So
I'm really
upload
happy
Bill
with our
Collins.
6.
Me too. And the more I look at it, the more I think that's all you need. If you owned a milk bar, that's all you need.
Because we've got everything. We've got nostalgia. We've got straight up goodness. We've got good names.
We've got some high end stuff.
Yeah, we've got the whole lot covered there, I think.
We've got some low end, high margin stuff.
We've got some exclusives.
We'll do an exclusive colour in the paddle pop.
I feel as though the paddle pop's the exclusive.
We've got something for the sort of more niche market in a maxi bond. You know,
we've got one there for the one that values actual size for their money. Maxibon, I feel as though is the tank.
That's a good call. Yeah.
That's the tank. I think. Yeah, we've got the Nexave in the banana paddle pop. We've got the we've got the Stellas and Saltigas.
Yeah. It's good. I
feel pretty good about it.
It's all there. Brilliant. All right. Well, that just about wraps us up. So, if anyone's got anything that they need Google translated, send it through. Mate, I'm on. How long's this existed? I love it. Drink of the weeks, if you've got something you want to send through, but let's do it. We'll stack it up. But like I said, if we don't get through anything, it's going to be one hell of a Christmas party ads.
Correct.
Squid jig sizes. What even are they? Is what we're asking. And then can we recreate, or can we create the reference point that is, a 2.5 or a 3 or whatever the size is?
Yep.
Management will back out with Street Talk. Maybe suggest somewhere he needs to go, because South Melbourne Market's not it. And is the cormorant thing legit? It was the question you brought to the table, ads, which I like, and it's a great question. We're referring, of course, to the trout fishing at the moment, which has been shit. Is the
because
official
of cormorants.
Because of cormorants. So let us know if that cormorant thing is legit, and whether they deserve a spot in the top 6 seabirds of all time. And then, of course, the top 6. Let us know if we missed anything, or what you think of our top 6 on ice creams. That is us for another week. Adam, thank you, my friend, and I'll see you real soon.
Peace.